What up, 2K heads? 2K OG here with another video. This is more of a informational common sense video. I wasn't using my common sense to start with. As you can see, I have the season 4 event cards pulled up, and I was about to make a big mistake because, as you can see, I have all the explode cards, the spin cycle cards. I was gonna get the tacticians, sorry, but I started thinking about it. Like, what am I doing using all my MT to lock in for one random dark matter? And the amount of MT that you would have to lock in, when I did the math, was ridiculous. Because we hadn't even seen the 4th set yet, and Baron Davis is one on the market. He's going for over 500. No worthies. You got a couple of Havliceks, but you see 300,000. And if any of y'all, this video is me just putting out what I was thinking, but also if any of y'all was thinking about it and didn't really sit down and do the math on it like I didn't, it'll give you a chance to think about making a really big mistake. We'll start with, you don't get to pick the card that you get. So you basically, you're gonna be stuck with probably the worst 99 overall dark matter that you can probably get. We don't know who the next one is, which, you know, in all defense, it could be a really good card. But then your chances of pulling, who is it? No, well, we do have Scotty. We got Dr. J. Well, Kevin Garnett, I don't think it's hitting on too much. James Harden could be a fun card. So you got two that's really good: Dr. J, Scottie Pippen. We don't know who this third one is, and it could be another really good card. But instead of locking those cards in just to pull a Scotty, let me see, find them in the auction house. The Scotty's gonna be going for probably about 1.2 million, and that's a base one. Now, I did pay a lot more for mine. It was about 1.5 and some change. But he did come with 32 Hall of Fame badges. So, you know, closer to what this card is. But you could easily go buy them. Say if you don't like them, you could sell them. Or later on, a better Scotty comes out, you can sell them. Once you lock those cards in, it's done. You lose all your MT. And this was some quick math that I had did on these cards. Now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna sell these cards. I'm about to sell them as soon as I finish this video. But when you look at it, like, pal, I think I paid like high twos for them, like 260, probably about 270, somewhere around it. It's one on the auction house. Manu, another card, one on the auction house. You have wow, I did lock him in. But Jason Kidd, who is excuse me. Yeah, my bad. That's why I wasn't making too many videos. Been sick. Jason Kidd, a good card. There's 3 of them on there. Well, 2, because I'll be putting mine up. Alonzo Mourning, another good card. It's none. So if I put him up for sale, they're going to overbid on him to try to get this lock in. Well, the math that I did on just the opals, if you bought one from each set, which you're paying $50 for one diamond, one pink diamond, and one opal. So you could basically get 4 out of the 9 cards that you have to lock in. One of them free, a diamond. Of course, you don't get really any benefit from that. I mean, maybe 20, 22, at the most 25,000 MT you save. But the opals are going, I had put in 250,000 MT. That's a low number, but I only went with that number just to give y'all an idea. You have to get 5 from different sets. Well, I'm sorry, it's 5 different sets. You have to buy at least 2 of them if you spend the $50 and actually purchase the one that you want to pick. And if you don't, then you got to get all 3 of them out the auction house. And you see a lot of them, they're not even available. So if you do that and you're looking at, it's 10 of them, because it'll be 2 coming. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 10 at 250. We do the math. Then you got another. I put in 150 for the 2 pink diamonds. Roughly, I mean, they could be a little bit less. We'll find one. Just this is a random one. Okay, so even that number is higher because I did 75 for each, so 150 a week just for the pink diamonds. If you spend the $50 to buy one of them, that's another 10 cards you gotta go. Now, when it comes to the diamonds, it's a little bit less because if you spend the $50, then you only gotta pick up one. But when I added all of that stuff up, and the diamonds, I think I put in like 20,000. So, when you add all this stuff up, you're looking at 3.3 million MT to lock in for one random dark matter. Can anybody explain to me how that makes sense? It doesn't. And I started doing it for the content, and then I was like, I can't do this. Like, honestly, I cannot lock all this MT in, because I had almost 300. No, I'm sorry, not 300. I had almost 3 million MT before I started doing this. Yeah, I spent like 1.5 on Scotty, but that was a whole separate amount, because basically I took KD, sold KD, and wound up getting Scotty. So, when you're looking at it, sorry about that, didn't realize the music went off. Might sound a little crazy for a little bit, but when you look at it, it's like you just gotta use your best judgment. Like, you gotta think about what you're doing. Is it worth it? No, because at 3.1 million, you know what you could do with that? You can go buy you, I don't know how many Dr. J's up there. So Dr. J's out of question. You only got one. You could buy him. That's a card you really want. That's a card you can use for the rest of the year, probably. You go to the Sweetness set, James Harden. You can get you a James Harden. You can go get you a Kevin Garnett. If it was more up there, he'd be cheaper. Or even a Scotty. Like I said, the Scotty, to me, him and Dr. J are by far the best too. And Scotty's probably, a base Scotty would probably go about 1.2, because there's going to be a couple more beds on him. So you go 1.2, even 1.3, you're still left with 2 million. You could buy 2 of them for the price that you're going to lock in. And this is the thing, you can always sell them back and get some of your MT back. That's the smart move. That locking in stuff, I did it for content. I did it because, I was trying to get new cards before they came out, especially, at the beginning when you're trying to get these pink diamonds. And then when it went to Opal, I went crazy on that. And I'm talking from experience. Like, look how many lock-ins I did. I did the Dunktober. I didn't do the barbecue buckets. I couldn't get the ironclad. Full Throttle was the first one I did. Yeah, I did Full Throttle and got Brooke Lopez, who was terrible. I did the Dunktober, and I think I got Cedric Maxwell, I think, who was a good card. I did the Stealth Mode, and I think I got Richard Hamilton there. Well, I might have got Rip first, second, and then Hamilton. Either way, I've been out here doing these lock-ins. Lightning Strike, the 80 set, the Aurora set. What else? Did I do Laser Focus? No, I didn't do Laser Focus. And then it went to season 3, and you see all of these: Mic Drop, Abracadabra, the Knockout Kings, Lords Elite. I even did the Tis the Seasons, the Jordan one. Like those in because I already had Brooke Lopez. That was part of it. That's a lot. Just Giannis by itself is over $1 million MC. Now I pulled these other guys. Like a lot of lock-ins. I've been doing them all year. And I had all of these cards except for Russell, and I decided not to lock him in, so I sold everybody. Because really, Kareem wasn't that good. That was the biggest reason why I didn't lock that in. Then I came here, season 4, and started to collect the cards to do it again. Like even now, I think Showstopper, I had KD, I bought Jimmy Butler, so I had all 4 of them. Didn't think KD was worth it, so I sold him, got a lot of MT. He's not a terrible card. It's another set. I could lock this set in. And I'll probably wind up selling Chris Bosh and maybe Melo now that I got Beasley, because I think Beasley's just as good as Melo, if not better. And he's a little bit bigger. I think the defense is about the same. Tim Duncan was a lock-in, so I can't get rid of him. That was the reason I thought about locking this in, because I pulled Melo and Karolinko. The only reason I don't have the original Karolinko because I had bought one and then I wound up pulling them, and the one I bought had a couple of extra badges on them. You see, you got some legend badges. Chris Bosh, I wound up buying him. I pulled 2 Melos, and that's how I bought Karolinko. And then I wound up pulling a Karolinko. But yeah, if you're thinking about doing this stuff, I'm not going to tell you absolutely don't do it, but I'm just saying think about it. You can keep that MT, and those were low numbers because I did 75,000 for the pink diamond. We looked at a random pink diamond, and he was one of the latest ones, so it's probably still a few out there. He was going for 83. You got let me see. You have any of these good ones? I don't know what Chris Middleton's going for. 100. You had Kelly that was going for like 300. You have, well, I probably can't look. I can't look at him. Connie Hawkins. I'm pretty sure he's going for more than 75. Those opals, I only put them down for 250,000. You go to a random opal. Let me see. Yeah, just go to opal. Jason Kidd. 100. Nobody put a bid on him yet. Alonzo Mourning, I think it was none in the auction house. So they're going for over 250 just because of how rare they are. The scarcity of the cards make the value go up. The supply and demand. Now, I sell these cards, so even at 250,000, still it's over 300. I mean, over 3 million. It's 3.3. So you think about that. You can buy 2 of the Dark Matter as opposed to locking this in. But I'm not gonna keep holding y'all. I was just having an epiphany because I had to stop myself from just trying to get some content out, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to do this because it ain't gonna be that many people doing it. It doesn't make sense to do it. It makes no logical sense to do this. Yes, there's good cards in here. Like, I don't mind having Grant Hill. Yeah, I paid the 50, and this was the thing. I didn't even mention, but you locking in all this MT at the bare minimum 3.3 million. It's probably closer to 4 million. But 3.3 million for one dark matter, right? Plus, if you bought 150 box for each set, you just spent another $250. Oh, I'm sorry, plus tax. So you're looking at about $265. Really? On top of locking in, like, I will say 3.5 million MT. No sense. So if you like this video and it makes sense to you, let me get a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't. Share the video. Leave a comment. It all helps. We're on the road to 1,600. I appreciate y'all as always. Until next time.